The first piece on the program is a Kapustin toccatina. And I had played some other pieces by Kapustin before, such as his variations and some of his most popular piano pieces. But this toccatina came in mind because I was attending a concert of Billy Joel in Madison Square Garden. And before, my parents were always huge Billy Joel fans, and they would be playing his music in the car, and I would be listening, and sometimes I would have enough, and I was kind of a weird child, so I would always beg him to play classical music instead of Billy Joel and rock and roll. So I would always be, begging them, can you turn this off? Can you put on, Bach, Mozart, Chopin, Rachmaninoff, all my favorites? And then they kept on playing it. And when I went to the concert, I got lucky enough to get tickets. And when I went in, something completely changed, and I started listening to his music, and I was completely captivated with from the moment he started singing. I'll never forget he started with this piano solo, and then he went straight to singing, and the chords that he did, it amplified in the entire theater, and it was like an electric shock, kind of like when I heard on recordings of Vladimir Horowitz play different pieces. You get that shock of electricity. And I felt that same shock. And one of the pieces he was playing was one of his most famous, The Stranger, which is one that I've been listening to nonstop now. And the beginning of my Kapustin completely reminded me of that Stranger. I think The Stranger starts something like that, and my Kapustin, which is completely, for me, a really big comparison. I started fooling around with that. And also the idea that when Billy Joel began to play The Stranger, he didn't bow, he didn't talk, he didn't do anything. He went straight down and started jamming on it and starting to play on it. And I thought, how cool would it be to start a classical music concert that way, with that same kind of energy and electric shock that I heard.